Hi fishy folks, and happy Sunday fun day to you. Today, a fish room tour. Down and dirty in Michael's fish room. There's water on the floor. I'll explain what happened there. There's some new fish in quarantine. I'll show you what's going on there. There's Fry. There's Chewy. Speaking of Chewy, rest in peace, Peter Mayhew. He was the original Chewbacca, and he passed away this week. Also, today is May the 4th. Saturday I'm filming. You'll see this tomorrow, May the 5th, or after that. But, ginormous Star Wars fan, so had to get that out there. Anyway, guys, do me a favor. Grab a snack and a beverage. Go check out michaelsfishroom.com. Shipping every week now. Last week I shipped out 22 boxes. And stand by. Well, fishy folks, sometimes you walk down into the fish room and you see water on the floor and you have to investigate. And so, due to my investigative skills, I found that water line right there doing absolutely nothing except spilling probably about 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons on the floor. Maybe not a gallon, maybe a gallon on the floor. Anyway, there's some new fish in quarantine in there. There's some new fish in quarantine in there. I'll explain what they are in a little while. But these tanks, this one, this one, this one, and this one, were mutt guppy tanks that I combined into the 90 gallon, and you can see there's still one guppy fry in there, at least. And that's why I haven't put new fish in there. Plus I didn't find anything I wanted to buy new in the auction. So here's a mutt guppy tank left. I have a spare one just in case something happens to my big 90 gallon mutt guppy tank. And look at that spectacular guppy right there. Wow, that's pretty. Both of those males, that big delta and that one, I like that. Anyway, this mutt guppy tank is a little low, and I just found out why. You can see that blue Airline in the back. That's the Airline from, I think, that tank. Not Airline, Waterline, from that tank right there. And so it's beneath the water surface, and what happens is it creates, when the auto water change system shuts off, it creates a vacuum. It can suck water back. So that water probably got sucked back into the auto water change system and then deposited into a tank that's lower. And that happens sometimes. But so that's why usually I suspend the auto water change lines above the tank. You know, like this one. Also, this could be a problem. So I must have been doing a lot of maintenance and stuff and not really realized, but let's tell you what else is going on in the fish room. So these are the neon blues I got from my local fish store. I think I got a trio, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, and you can see it's teeming with fry and juveniles, and these will go on the website soon. It appears they're breeding pretty true, so that's good. You can see some ginormous females still. Looks like she's pretty squared off, and we'll drop some more fry again. You can see some little tiny fry, not tiny, but maybe a week old in the back. And of course, that's a juvenile. It's probably a month old. In here we have some albino bristlenose that haven't really been doing anything for me. I've added some more caves. I've tried some things. I'm going to try the cold water trick. Supposed to get some rain tonight, so that, the cold water trick, and the barometric pressure change, hopefully we'll get them to spawn. We'll see. Here we have some calicos. You can see the male doing his thing in there. I'm pretty sure he's on eggs. You can see him right there in the middle. There's some debris as well as green beans from last night. I guess we'll go this way. These are the yellow micrif guppies that I got from the NEC, the ones that I bought from my neighbor, my competitor. And this female was the female that I got. See how big she is. She dropped like 50 fry when I was away. Most of them survived. You can see how big they're getting. I do feed this tank rather heavy to get those guys big. I mean, if you're looking for a yellow breeding project, these are pretty nice. If you're just looking for standard yellow guppies, these are pretty nice. I also put some of these in the mutt guppy tank to get some of their genetics in there, because new genetics in the mutt guppy tank always is nice. Let's move our tip and pour back. Over here we have the black deltas. These I got from Super Breeder Doug. There's also, I think, 3 or 4 super red plecos They're still on back order. I'm still trying to fulfill orders from, actually, I think now we're in January orders, but there's a couple of fry in here. You can see kind of a juvenile right back there. Not much going on that I can tell. So I gotta figure what's going on in here. Are they dropping fry, or and getting eaten, or are they not dropping fry? And if not, why? So something to think about. But you know, I haven't been around for a while, so hopefully we can figure that out. These are the Hawaiian snake skins. I just pulled out 3 or 4 males because there's only 1 or 2 females. So I pulled out 3 or 4 males, and it looks like I missed a male that I should have pulled because it still looks like there's a in-proportionate amount. Well, there's a female, there's a male. I mean, these guys are stunners. See if I can get this to focus on him. Oh yeah, look at that. These guys are going to be beautiful. There's also some calico plecos in here doing their thing, just chilling. So it's a double breeding for profit tank, if you will. In here we have the albino chocolate bristlenose plecos. Some of these will be going to the Bucks County auction next week. And also super breeder Doug's grass guppies in here. And you can see there's fry. See, there's a pretty male in the back. There's also a abundance of snails, of course, and Java moss, and it kind of makes it difficult to catch the plecos, but we're doing double duty in this tank as well. Over here we have the Japanese blue lower swordtails. If you remember, this was the story behind this is I sold some fish to somebody in Puerto Rico. It was my first shipment to Puerto Rico, and he got them. Everyone was great, and they were breeding pretty prolifically for him, and he wanted to try shipping. So he shipped me, I don't remember, he shipped me like a trio and a bunch of juveniles just to check out shipping, and it worked great for him. And now I'm breeding them and selling them again because I had sold out of them and decided I wasn't going to sell them anymore, and long story short, I am selling them again. You can also see some plecos in the back. These are just standard brown bristlenose plecos. I got these at the NEC from the same guy I got the yellows at, and we're growing these out and going to breed these. Here's another breeding tank of albino bristlenose that isn't doing it for me either. One of the fish in here was sick, and I have been treating this tank. They seem to be better. They're not eating as much as I want them to eat and think they should eat, as you can see by the leftover French cut green beans. So yeah, this tank is not happy with it, not happy what's going on. So I've been kind of working on it and figuring it out, and we'll see. Super red bristlenose mulm fill tank. For all you haters that think mulm is useless or is bad or is just fish poop, look at all those baby plecos eating and growing. I mean, there's got to be 100 there. There's also a lot of snails, and you can see more plecos on the back, on the glass, everywhere on the wood. But this pair of super red plecos I got from Mike at Mile High Pleco is really prolific and doing their thing. These guys are a little slower to grow than I would like because I could really sell the bejesus out of them if they grew faster, but too bad. They're not growing that fast, and that's why they're still on back order, folks. Here we have some chocolate bristlenose plecos and the leftover platies. I scooped out what I thought was all the platies, and I got back, and there's like 8 or 9 left. They were tiny fry that I didn't catch, and so these will probably go to the Bucks County auction as opposed to being food for Chewy. But Pleco's doing their thing. Gotta add some more caves, which I have. Blah, blah, blah. All right, moving up. Here's the mysterious cichlid I got that I have no idea what it is. It's got blue lips. If you know what it is, please, please, please let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to get rid of it because I don't know anything about it. I don't know its care. I don't know its food requirements. I've been just dropping some cichlid pellets in there, assuming that's good for it, but I don't really know. Also, this is a grow out tank for albino bristlenose plecos, which there aren't that many in here. You can see one underneath the filter over there. Almost sold out of these guys. Dark purple Moscows and gorgeous Java moss. You guys want to know how to grow Java moss fast? Me too. Anyway, these guys, colonies growing out, getting some fry, letting these guys grow out. Then they'll be on the website probably sometime over the summer. Dark purple Moscows, they really look nice. These are the bluegrass guppies I got from a customer of mine, and they're doing well. That female looks like she's about ready to drop, so pretty excited there. Medusa guppies, not happy with them. They're not breeding true. That female has a jacked up tail. The male tail that I got in the trio also kind of jacked up. So I'm pretty sure these guys are just going to go into the mutt guppy tank. New genetics, not breeding true. So Medusa guppies are also called galaxy guppies, which are also called steel nebulas. Now, I should preface this by they don't breed all the same. So I shouldn't say they don't breed true. They're not breeding what I think they should breed like. So what I mean is this male has like a washed out tail. So that's why I think they're going to go into the mutts. I don't know if it was a bad line. I don't know if I dropped something in there by accident. There was a fry in there. I don't really know, but it's not something I think I'm going to continue to breed. This is green cobra females that I'm trying to get to drop fry. I haven't seen any. Oh, just kidding. I see fry in the back. I was going to say I haven't seen fry in a while, but I see some fry in the back, so we'll let that go. Jarwi lazuli, guys, if you're waiting on these, this is the tank. You can see there's one male in there. I got the fish last week. I just put them from quarantine into their tank, into this tank. They grow slow, and I know I have at least 2 orders for them, but as soon as I can pick out some males, I will let you know and ship some out. I do see 2 definite males in here. They're a little more red than blue, but they are Jarwi lazulis. And but I'm waiting for them to really color up. So sorry guys, sorry it's taking so long. Steel nebula tank. Do you want an update on my breeding project? Here they are. Here's all the fry from the first and second batch, and you can see that's kind of what I'm going for. I'd like a little more black in the body, but we're working on it. I think there's 3 drops in here, so probably still some combined DNA from the original red cobra females, but they're looking nice. Working on it. We'll see what happens. Lots of Java moss in there. Here's the pair, and there's also an L165 pleco in here somewhere. I don't know where, but you know, he's doing his thing, she's doing her thing. I gotta add some more Java moss to this tank and go from there. Half blacks, some of these I got from Ryan at PR Aquatics a year or so ago, maybe a little bit more, doing their thing. These are the Tanaka Maple Leafs. If you remember, I killed everything in this tank because I'm a dummy. But I have seen some fry and some action, so I'm pretty excited about the grow outs starting. But again, these are little ones that grow slow. Empty tank, empty tank, empty tank, empty tank, and Sunset Cobra Mosaics. These are ones I got from a customer. He bred them. He made the strain. I lost the adults I got. They didn't make it, and these are the fry. I'm waiting for them to grow out and see what we get. Alright, shall we check out the fish that I got in quarantine? Yeah, but later. So let's come over here. Here we have what's left of the long fin bristlenose pleco. There's one albino. There was one brown left, and another albino, which I'm sure they're in here hiding. If you remember, I got a wholesale order and these guys didn't make it. Dumbo Rainbow Dragon Mosaics, my favorite guppy in the fish room, and doing well. Colony breeding is going fantastic. I may be putting some of these out in a pond or a tub or a bin, whatever you want to call it. But I haven't decided what I'm doing because it's still a little chilly at night. Last night it was in the low 50s, so it's nice sleeping with the window open though. Here we have the blue deltas. This is part of the wholesale order. I sold a lot of these at NEC as well. I have seen some frying here, but I'm not like working on this tank. So if the fries survive, great. The plan is to take a trio of these and put them in one of the empty tanks. I just haven't had the time to do that. So that's something we got to work on. Red Cobra Guppy tank on back order. I had a customer who bought, I don't know, 15 pair or trios over the last 2 or 3 months. And his name is Ben. Great guy. Veteran. Thank you for your service, Ben. But he basically bought me out of them. In fact, he's waiting on another shipment, and here's what they look like. They're still juvenile. So I have males in another tank. I don't know if I have enough males, but we're letting these guys grow out, and when they get big enough, we'll ship them. Here are the red tux guppies I got from the wholesale order. There are some fry finally, but this was the disaster strain. When I got the males and females in the wholesale order, there were already some dead ones within 24 hours. Half of them were dead, and within 36 hours, most of them were dead. So nothing I did, probably stress from shipping or just a poor sick strain to begin with. So a lot of medication went into this tank, a lot of care, and all I have is females left. Luckily, some of them were pre-hit, so here we go with the fry. Green Cobras, sold a lot of these already. You can see some fry in there. You can see them in the back. Now, as you know, with Cobras, green Cobras, you can also get some red Cobras out of them. Red being the dominant color, so there has to be some separating in here, which we are doing because we want to keep the greens green and the reds red. But that's a pretty nice specimen right there. Looks a little red in the light. I may have to pull him out and check him, see will he qualify as a red guppy, red Cobra or not. Here's my all male guppy tank. There's some glass belly guppies, red Cobras, black Moscow, some of those Hawaiian snake skins in here. And there's some, like this one is probably just a mutt. That was from a tank I was raising with magentas in it. But I'm probably just, because I don't have any females, probably just going to add that to the mutt guppy genetics. But I noticed in my mutt guppy tank I was a little low on females, so I'm kind of letting some fry grow up to see what we get. The gold Cobras, there's fry in here. Also sold quite a few of these. There's a couple adults left. Black Pandas, there's a plethora of fry in here. And lots of adults as well. These are for sale, obviously. Oh, in my male guppy tank, there are blue Cobras. There's one right there. They are spectacular. And what made me remember that is this breeding tank. Nice sturdy glass, Mike. Anyway, it's a working fish room. That's how it is. Lots of fry, lots of females. So once these grow up and I have enough stock, they are on pre-order. I do have a couple orders already for pre-order, but if you want to pre-order them, go to michaelsfishroom.com, because I'm assuming once I let everyone know that I have some in stock, I'm not going to have a ton, but they're going to go fast. So if you want them, pre-order them. All right, let's move to this tank. There's the heater. This side, I should say. Here are the Dumbo Platinum Dragon Mosaics. Platinum Dragon Dumbo Mosaics? I forget. I should label this tank. I say that every time and I'm lazy and I forget. Go on the website, Platinum Dragon Mosaics, something like that. Anyway, my second favorite fish in the fish room. I'm going to be sending some of these to my boy Ryan out in Kansas. But these breed very true, very hardy and prolific. I pretty much sold out of these at NEC. They are just a delicious guppy. Here are the half black reds, or the red tuxedo. And these are grow outs from the original ones I had. And we're letting them grow out slow to see what we get. That male probably has to come out because of the tail. go into the muck guppy tank. Here's a breeding project of the gold cobras that isn't going well. Haven't seen any fry. Don't know if they're eating them. Don't know if they're just not producing them. So, also there's some longfin plecos in here and albino plecos. So I thought I only had longfins in here, and if you remember, I thought, wow, that's weird. The longfins had babies, but all of them are albino. That's pretty much impossible. So I was talking to Greg Jones, my boy Greg Jones from my aquarium box, and he said, is it possible that in your breeding you moved a cave from a tank with albinos to this tank and there was a clutch of eggs in there? And that is 100% possible. So that's what I'm going with. I must have moved one of these caves that was in the albino breeding tank into here, and it had eggs in it, and those eggs hatched, and now there's, I don't know, 5 or 8 albino plecos that made it with no care or anything. So we'll grow those out a little bit more and put them in the grow out tank. All right, let's see what else we got. Platinum angels, no. Platinum guppies. I did see a fry in here the other day. I didn't think much of it. It's probably gone now. Not really sure if I need to add some more moss, or she only dropped one, which is interesting, but it's possible. So we'll see. You can see there's a little pink in the tail, and they're sort of iridescent in the light. They are gorgeous platinum guppies, though. Very nice guppies. Here we have the breeding and grow out tank of the lemon blue eye plecos. You can see there's quite a few different sizes. In here, we sold a lot of these at NEC. I do have the Seachem title on this tank going to work. I also have a bunch of snails that will be shipping to Hawaii this weekend, or on Monday. And there's one straggler guppy that got in the tank. I put it in the tank when I was trying to catch fish out, trying to catch guppies out, and I just haven't caught it yet. So we'll let them grow in here, or catch them if I'm not too lazy. All right, let's go to Chewy's tank. There's my boy Chewy. Chewy's tank has a lot of algae on the glass, and I'll show you why in a second. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Looking great. So I have a magnet to clean it, but it fell before I went on my business trips, and I just haven't gotten it back. See, there's piles of snails because I feed him snails every day. Luke likes to come down and feed him snails. It's pretty cool listening to him crunch them. Just about ready to pull that second Japanese box filter out there. Oh no, it's a Japanese filter. I hope nobody gets offended. I don't know why you get offended if I call something the country that it's from, like a China filter. Get over yourselves, people. Right, Chewy? Anyway, yeah, that's Chewy. He's doing great. We got our cobalt food up here. Love the guppy pellet. Love the tropical ultra pellet. These guys, the tropical ultra pellet sort of is a little harder than a regular pellet, and it stays in its traditional shape longer. So you can drop it in and the fish will graze on it. And of course the shrimp veggie pellet, which I'm almost out of. I got to get some more. There's our betta, which needs a water change and some trim of his pothos. You can see how long his pothos is growing. And yeah, I mean, that to me, that area right there, I need to clean up a little bit so he can easily get to the surface for air and food. And so yeah, this right here needs some work, but it's not necessarily bad, folks. All right, let's check out the ginormous, massive mutt guppy tank. Let's just stand back and look. You can see there's, I don't know, 300 or 400 fry. Last week I sold 65 mutts. So imagine this tank with 65 more adults in it. That's what it looked like before. But this is breeding for profit mutt guppy. Plenty of places to hide, both on the bottom and floating. Lots of good filtration. And I drop in a legitimate ton of food in here. Both flake and ultra pellet or other pellets. And of course, fry food. I love the ultra pellet Smartemia from Cobalt, which you can see right there. And I also like the that is the why can't I think what it is? It is the, holy cow, krill. Yep, that's a brain fart, folks. That's what happens when you get old. This is the 6mm krill pellet that I originally got for Chewy, who doesn't particularly care for them. And I decided I would put them in a pepper mill, as suggested by a subscriber, and use it to feed fry. And they absolutely love it. Like the krill for them, I think it's 85% krill. You can get the fry starter from Northfin also, that I think is 100% krill, but that's what I have. So, all right, fishy folks, this is the ginormous mutt guppy tank. Let's take a look. We're going to scoot on our chair. Scooting, scooting, scooting. Disaster fish room. I have some more of these I have to use. I'll put a link to these in the description below, guys. But these are the what I use for pleco caves. They work great. All right, folks. So as you know, Bucks County Aquarium Society auction is next week, and I needed some additional things to sell. So I got some Agazizi cories that'll be going in the auction, and some angels. Picking these angels was fun. They're veil-tail angels, and I believe there's two different kinds. There's silvers, which are the ones with the black lines, and then there's smoke. Now, my boy Colin and the owner of the fish store, John, and I looked at these 6 angels for quite a while and weren't sure, do we have 3 and 3? Do we have 4 and 2? We got different answers every time we looked at them. So I think I have 4 and 2 now that I'm looking at them. I don't know if you know, but silver angels will lose their bars if they get stressed, and when they were in the dip and pour, they were pretty stressed. So Agazizi cories, which look like they're hungry, so I gotta drop some food in here for them. Mom tank. If you guys want mom, shoot me an email. I'll send you a bag of mom. And in this tank, we have some melanistis cories and some little panda cories also going to the auction. So these are in quarantine. I want to quarantine them all week, make sure they're healthy before I put them in the auction, and go from there. All right, fishy folks, that is it for this epic fish room tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out michaelsfishroom.com. Check out Cobalt Aquatics. And, of course, Lisa and Martin at Super Cichlids if you're going to buy Cobalt Aquatics. Everyone, have a great Sunday fun day. Hiya, fishy folks, and happy Sunday fun day to you. Today, an epic fish room tour. No, it's just my fish room. It's not epic. It's messy. There's water on the floor this morning, and I'll show you why. So do me a favor, because this might be a long one. Grab a snack and a beverage. Let me know in the details below what said snack and said beverage are, and stand by. Hiya, fishy folks, and happy Sunday fun day to you. Hope everyone had a great fishy weekend. Let me know in the comments below what you did. I did a lot of yard work, and I thought about setting up my ponds, but the weather really didn't cooperate. So I just thought about them. But I did a lot of yard work, and you don't really give a damn, so who cares? Hiya, fishy folks, and happy Sunday fun day to you. Hope everyone had a great fishy week. Let me know in the comments down below what you did this week in your fish room or with your fish tanks. I always like to hear about it. And of course, before we get started in the meat and potatoes of said video, I would like to, I don't know what I'd like you to do. I had a thought, but the mechanism that takes said thought to this device failed. Hi, fishy folks, and happy Sunday fun day to you. Hope everyone had a great fishy week, and yeah, I should start over.